The Good Ride, sucking less every year for over 10 years.
So, from hills to home, cornice to couch, here we are, reviewing the Soul
Flashback
151.
This kind of image, it's not for everyone. Peter can smack that ass.
My girlfriend would appreciate that.
Load this with the Union Atlas and the Adidas Tactical ADVs, two of our favorite, boots and bindings. It is a very light, dynamic, fun, lively, front foot, full camber, retro, surfy carver that has a lot of modern technology. And to do the flex, I'm gonna stand up here for you guys.
Flex it.
Ooh,
He's flexing it.
it's got a little give. It's kind of, flexes vary from board to board. Wood is always different. But that was much softer than the Scrambler. And
Which you can see in our other 25-minute long review.
yeah, but
If you've got an hour to give.
we're up to 25 minutes now.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you in trouble at work. So it's a very poppy, very dynamic, easy to flex board. It flexes even easier on snow than it does in the shop if you were to flex it. At least this one that we have does. On snow feel, camber profile, full camber, tip to tail. It's traditional camber. There's no early rise, none of that shit going on. Yeah, this is technical, this is carvy, and it's off the front foot despite its taper. A lot of taper boards like that back foot ride. This, if you're surfy, as far as surfing goes, most surfboards drive off the front foot really well.
This is a carver.
Drop in and make a bottom turn. This is off that front foot. You lean in, and for two guys who, I have been dabbling in front foot carving because I've been getting more and more boards that do that. But mostly I'm a back foot guy, and you're definitely a back foot guy.
Definitely.
And so there's a learning curve to this. The first time I rode this was just straight up fucking embarrassing. Came home and got my bindings on. I had a better idea of what I was doing, but I still didn't have the right idea.
Not necessarily for the beginner rider. But
it's very technical, it's very advanced, and it requires a different type of...
So much fun though, man. So much fun.
But it definitely needs a posy, duck. Just kidding. Posy, off the front foot, kind of drivey.
Yeah. That is the target market of this. And if you are thinking hey, I want to do more super sweet soul carving. Yeah. Edgehold is
good. I thought it had a really good grip to it. I think it could easily handle snow melt, but it really requires a lot of weight off that front foot.
Its edgehold is great when you really, really know how to work it.
When you know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, you really got to know how to work it.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, once you really knew how to work it, fuck, dude, it really locked in those turns.
If you're riding it correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really locked in those turns.
Yeah. Turn initiation is really fast.
It's so fast. It's stupid fast.
That's a
you
fast
could just
board.
pop. You could just to the point where people will look down at you on the chairlift and they're just like, is that guy having a seizure?
Yeah.
Or is he just having a good time? and then all of a sudden you get to the bottom, and then a bunch of ski patrol come down, and they're just like, hey, we noticed that you were going from edge to edge way too fast, and we didn't exactly understand what was going on. And then you have to reassure them through like a 3-point test. You have to like touch your nose, you have to look left and right, you have to walk in a straight line to make sure, you know, that they knew that your turn initiation was just that fast.
and this, I just looked up the specs. You were just talking through all of that.
That's how fast the turn initiation was. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was very fast, and it fit us really well. It's I was just looking at the specs. The nose width 30.1 centimeters. Waist width 26.2.
He's using a cheat sheet. His cell phone is down below that. Yep, there we go. Yeah, just in case you guys thought he was actually that smart.
The tail width is 29 millimeters. I would have liked to have tried. It comes in a 151, a 156, and a 161. I would have liked to have
this comes in a 156?
I would have liked to have tried that.
I would have really liked to try
This fit us well, but a 156 might have a whole... You add a little length to a board, and it just eliminates a lot of that bucking.
It takes, adding volume. So, yeah, once again...
and that was our one complaint.
Yeah. It felt a little bit small to me. It just felt like this 151 just... When I hit the uneven snow, I just felt the whole thing kind of buck up and
groomers were starting to turn.
Yeah.
You know, from good to bad. That still part where you're like, I still want to go out and lay out a hard turn, carving turn. And every time we'd hit that little bump, it would just kind of throw you off your carve, make you feel uncomfortable. And maybe a 56 would do that a little better.
Or a 161.
That's a lot of board.
That's my style.
I don't know if I want to dabble with that kind of... I'll give it a go.
That's more me. That's more me. 161.
So Peter, he's like, I don't want to turn.
No, I just want to do bigger, longer turns with way more speed than Beastie is comfortable with doing.
No, I'm old. I don't point it these days.
No, I do. But with big, long, sweeping churns that I would have,
Anyways, enough about you.
Switch?
Let's talk more about this board.
Yeah. Switch, so I would gladly take a small branch and hit you.
With a switch?
Switch. But...
old school angry father style?
Yeah, as long as it wasn't thicker than my thumb.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
But anyways, turn experience, turn initiation's fast, like Peter said. Uneven terrain, this is weave through bumps. But kind of powering over stuff, it just bucked too much. It just... It's not... ideal for uneven snow. It's like a perfect morning groomer, and it did really well in powder. I actually, despite this width, I actually liked the Scrambler a little better in powder. Despite its narrow, I think it's just all that nose. You know, where this has a lot less nose. Still got a lot of nose, but it's, I don't know.
I personally like the Scrambler in many situations.
Yeah, and it does really well for a full camber board.
If you were going into like groomers and you were like in the 90s and you were just like weaving in and out of groomers, this is going to do great for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But if you're hammering through like that uneven powder day we had a few days ago, this would not be ideal.
Surprisingly did well in regular powder though.
Regular, clean powder floated well.
It was really fun.
It was light blower powder with softer, medium soft down below. But it wasn't like the ultimate test. Like if this was in thick mammoth, not this light Mount Bachelor kind of cold snow powder.
And also not that steep.
And not that steep.
That's the ultimate test.
Well, I would be fine in super steep. I would not like this in like medium terrain and thick, deep powder, like 2-3 feet of mammoth powder.
Like what about like June Mountain? 2-3 feet of June Mountain, you'd struggle. You would sink.
Do you remember that?
You would stop.
Do you remember that one day we had at June, and it was just like...
I remember so many days at June.
That super deep day. I was...
You get stuck. You get stuck in places. This isn't.
I was on boards that would just rip on the powder day we had on this, and they were just dying.
Yeah.
This would be a back leg burner, but at least it butters really easy off the tail.
But damn hell will it churn quickly in between those tight creeks.
For its waist width,
Yeah.
the Scrambler was faster, but this was pretty close. Much faster than you would think for its width overall. And that might just be because it's so short. And
Park
you know,
chips, jumps, and
yeah.
Park chip, jump, jump.
Yeah, and basically, yeah. Quick disclaimer, yeah. I'd love to ride the pipe with this. I think it would be fun.
I would actually really love to ride the pipe with this.
Yeah,
I think it'd be
we're
super
not
fun.
we're not looking to land switch. We're just going to carve the wall and just maybe get a little out.
Some small little sweet little 15-foot jumps where all you do is just like a little shifty air, and you just like land.
Yeah. And it pops really well. Like just for an ollie, I was impressed. And jibs, no thanks.
Nope, not necessarily, but
overall, it's a very unique, very interesting board. And I think you have to be you either have to want to drive off your front foot and get really directional, really positive, for this to really shine.
Overall, I think this absolutely is a very unique board. And it definitely takes a certain rider to want to ride this. But that certain rider, a board like this shines.